Hey y'all, welcome to another What Else Is Going On, aka We Go podcast episode. I'm your girl, your host, Taria. Listen, y'all, today, for those of you listening, you don't know I have a guest, but you do now. For those of you watching, you do know I have a guest. So December 20, I'm going to be like Sophia from Golden Girls. Picture it. Carroll County, December 2025. I walk into a courthouse to see what's going on with a housewife and her husband accused of fraud. And I'm sitting there, and sometimes you may feel a little weird doing these things, and I had to be like, get yourself together. You are a journalist, like Portia. And I lock eyes with this beautiful woman sitting on camera, and she's like, hi, are you here for the Wendy trial? Which was so refreshing, because when I went to Karen's trial, I had asked this girl where she was going. She was, oh, I'm just going to this courtroom over here. And then when she saw me going in the same direction, then she was like, oh, you're here for it too. She wanted to act like she wasn't. So this person was like, are you out here for the Wendy trial? I said, yes. We talked. We literally gave each other a hug, and we have been court besties ever since. Y'all, please, y'all have heard me talk about her. She is funny. She is smart. Her voice is very calming. She is a calming person in court, because she'll be like, she would be the one to keep me in check. Like, I would be the one getting arrested, and she would be the one right there helping me get out, citing all the rules of journalists and all that thing. So as a matter of fact, the second time we went, I have no paper, no nothing. Pam had it. I said, oh, God knew. See, God keeps sending me responsible people into my life. Y'all, please welcome my new friend, Paging Dr. Pam. Hi,
Hey,
Pam.
boo. Hey, boo. My boots on the ground, sister.
Listen, Pam she'll be like, all right, let's go outside. Okay, we're going to stand here. We're
Uh-huh.
going to get a picture. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And she's
Yep.
always very calm. My stomach is always like, my body feeds off my energy. So
Yeah.
if my energy is like, what's going on? What's this? But
Yeah.
Pam's voice is very calm.
Thank you. It's an intense process. Like, we're not the ones on trial, but it's still intense.
And let me tell you, I think Wendy likes Pam. She did her little eyes at me and smiled, but I think she likes Pam. On our first, just so really quick. So on our first time,
Yeah.
you told her on the way out. What did you tell her, and what was her response? Because we were like, we pretty much. I mean, we were right there. So
Yeah. I think I said, you got this, Wendy. And she said, oh, thanks.
yeah, and she was.
Yeah. Because she puts on a brave face, but I could see the nervousness on her face.
I was going to ask you, because
Yeah.
my listeners have heard me say it, but I wanted them to hear it from another
Yeah.
set of eyes that
Well,
was there.
yeah, well, first of all, I said on my YouTube channel, she's lost a ton of weight. Like, that
Thank you.
surprised me. The Wendy that we know, I would say probably was like a 4'6".
Yes.
This Wendy is skinny, like a size 2.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing that caught my eye. And I was like, the first time we went in court, we were sitting in the back of her, and I was
Yeah.
like, did she get work done on her face? And I was like,
Yes.
no, it's like the kind of like, this is like sunken in a bit,
Yes.
So that kind of got me like concerned. I was like, oh man, like this, I feel like that seeing her, it hit, this is real.
Yeah.
Like, she's
Yeah.
fighting for her life.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned the face, because seeing her, it's like she's so beautiful, but she did look different, and that's what it
Yeah.
was. It was
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
then, what did you make of Eddie? Because I felt like Eddie looked scared too, but tried to, like, and he wasn't. I told somebody he wasn't looking to the left or the right, was he? He was like, Wendy was looking all over.
Eddie, Eddie, let me tell you something. Happy Eddie was not happy, okay?
No.
Eddie was not playing any games. I feel like I could see the nervousness on Wendy more than Eddie.
Okay.
Eddie looked kind of stoic, and it almost, I don't know about you, but it almost felt like Eddie was like, the energy was like, don't come near her, or don't come near, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes. Yeah.
not engaging, not looking at anybody, just
Yep.
like very stoic.
Yes. Very much.
Yeah.
But I had noticed. I felt like
He
Eddie
looked
lost
sharp
weight.
though,
Didn't
but
he?
yeah, yeah.
And I felt like I noticed he had lost weight. His face appeared slimmer to me as well. And I was like, wow,
Yeah, they're going through it.
they definitely are.
They're going
Y'all
through it.
listen, shout out to Pam again. She has saved me a couple times. Okay. Allegedly, if somebody had got in trouble for posting a picture, I would have had to check this out. I'm gonna need you to bring. No, I'm just kidding.
I got your back, girl. I got your back. And let me tell you something. So the second time we went to court, my
Tell him,
palms were
Pam. Tell him,
sweaty.
Pam.
When that judge said I could look at the cameras and do a timestamp of who took the pictures, my heart was like boom, 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 boom. I was just looking down. And they had, you notice they had three bailiffs, like
Yes, they wouldn't
one
leave us.
pointing in our direction, one behind Weddy and Eddie, and the other one like in the middle. Like they were playing no games, and they were locking eyes on us. And even when I was so shooked when I when I went back to talk about it, I said no names. I don't know who took what picture, who, where, what. I don't know nothing.
I kept saying allegedly. I was joking. I was like, "Cha, I am free," but allegedly, if somebody did.
Allegedly,
But what I
yes.
what I kept saying about that, actually, well, I want to know how you felt about the judge's energy, because what I felt from the first time to the second time was very much, I'm here to hear both sides. And then when he gave his 10-minute warning
Oh
about
yeah.
photography, I felt like my assessment might have been correct, because he very easily could have had us put out, or you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
and
yeah.
let's be honest.
I feel like he definitely spared us because he can decide to make it closed. Like it can be up to, it's a public record, but it is up to the judge's discretion. So I think he was like, I'm giving you this warning, but if it happens again, not only will not only can he kick you out, you can get arrested.
I was going to say, wait, like this.
And when he was talking, I said, don't look at the judge. Don't look at the
That
judge. I was looking down, just kind of like,
no.
I think I wrote like, I'm shooketh.
Yes, you did. And I had a pep talk with myself. I said, at first I got like embarrassed, and I said, this your job. This what you
Yeah,
do. Get it
absolutely.
together. But in terms of the way he was fair about it and the way he
Yes, he
was
was
phrasing
fair.
it,
He
I
was
felt
fair.
like
Yeah, another
that,
judge probably would have said goodbye, like
yeah,
because when we walked in, they gave the warning to everybody, like just
yes,
so you know, no, and they didn't do that the last time.
no,
Yeah, they didn't last time. So they gave us the warning. And another judge, when we walked in, they could have been like, because it's not the first time, it was just us in the courtroom and one
yes,
other person.
yes.
It was no press. So they could have said, these two girls over there, they out.
And
So yeah, he was fair. He was
he was
fair.
very, and I think that I felt like that translates into the type of judge he is. He seems like
Yeah.
his energy
Yeah.
is going to be that of, I'm going to listen. I'm going to
Yeah.
actually listen and be fair. That's what I got from him.
Yeah, and because this is the same judge that also was like when Wendy's lawyer basically the first time was like, look, we just put this motion in at 3 o'clock. He was like, I'm gonna need some time to go over it. Like he's
Yes,
fair. He's like, I'm gonna need some time to go before I make my ruling. Like he didn't automatically just side with the state. You
you're
know what I mean?
right.
He was like, I need some time to make a ruling, which he did, and he ended up siding with the state, but that tells me a lot. Like
Yeah,
he's considering all sides.
right. Because he very could have looked at it as like a stall tactic, like you're putting it in 3 o'clock before
Yeah.
the day of that you're
Yeah.
supposed to appear in court.
Yeah.
So
And the thing about court too, it depends on the judge's mood. Like if the judge is in a bad mood, you're gonna have a bad day. The judge is in a good mood, you're gonna have a good day. So the fact that he just, was very impartial, I like that.
he even
Which
made
which is good for Wendy.
Yes, yeah, and he even
And
made a
Eddie.
joke about like, oh, I had something canceled. I don't have anything to do today, so I'll be reading the whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
Pam is also. Let me tell you, Pam is also prepared. The ABC News reporter, was she ABC? She
Yeah, she was from ABC News. Elizabeth is her name.
Yes, and she didn't have a pencil, so she took out her eyebrow, and
Girl.
and I said, okay, that is journalism. Take notes. Pam was like, and gave her a pen. I said, see, Pam is just the courtroom angel. I'm telling
Try
you.
to help the people. She had her Charlotte Tilbury
Yeah,
lip
girl.
liner
Now it do go on smooth though. It's funny because I put that on today before I put another lip liner on top of it. So it's funny
Uh-huh.
you said and it was writing smooth. Let me tell you,
It was right and smooth, but I said, girl, Charlotte Tilbury is not cheap,
it sure
okay?
ain't. It
I was
sure
like, do
is
you? And she
not.
looked relieved because I went up to her to introduce myself. Listen, whenever I see another Black woman, I'm gonna be like, hey, girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I went up to her, I was like, hi, I'm Pamela from Paging Dr. Pam. What's your name? She's like, Elizabeth, because she had the ABC News
Yes, the thing on
jacket on. And
yes.
Eddie, now see, that is when Eddie kept looking back.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't even notice him looking back. We just
Yeah.
noticed Wendy, of course, all
Yeah,
throughout every
he
time. But I didn't
looked
even notice
back,
that.
saw Elizabeth, said something to Wendy, and then Wendy looked back, you
Mm.
know? And so when I said to her, I was like, do you need a pen? She looked relieved, like,
Okay.
oh, yes, please. Because she was probably looking like, there's no way I'm going to stay here for God knows how long taking notes with this lip liner that's probably going to run out.
And I know a person like me, because my attention can be focused on what I'm doing right now, then moving on. Child, I would have
Mm.
wrote on it, then went like this and forgot, closed it, and opened it. It's all over the place. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was a time.
Yeah.
And we are going to do an episode together after her March 4th trial.
Mhm.
Shout out to Pam again for calling me. I was on the phone with my mom on the way to the courthouse and I saw Pam call once. I was like, oh, I'm gonna call her back. And I even said to my mom, I wonder if she's calling to tell me it's canceled. Oh, I'll call her back. When she called back, I was like, Mom, I gotta go. I'll call you back. And she
Yeah.
was like, it's canceled. Pam had checked that morning. I had checked 5 something that morning. Do you think in your heart of hearts, in your gut of guts, do you think there could be a plea being put together?
I have been asked this question so many times, and I keep going back and forth. I do. I do. On one hand, I'm like, Wendy's Nigerian pride is not going to let her take this plea. But I think that when they are looking at the mountain of evidence against them, I do think they're going to go for a plea. And, I always say, like, listen, that Africa, if I'm from Ghana, Wendy's, my husband's Nigerian. So that Igbo pride is
Okay.
something serious.
Okay.
So the fact so that's what made me say, like, she's gonna ride it out.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
pride will be the downfall of an African person. Let me tell you something.
Wow.
And the shame and everything. But I do
Oh,
think
okay.
when
Okay.
you really look at the evidence, like, you're facing 15 years.
Girl, can I just say, I forgot all the times that you and I have been to court. I forgot about that until they put
Mhm.
that card up at the end of the episode last week. And I
Mhm.
literally was like,
Yeah. 15 years, you're facing up to 15 years. Yeah, you need to rethink some things. So, and the fact that they postponed it all the way to March, I was like,
from
anything can
January to
happen in
March.
court.
Yeah.
But I have a strong feeling that they may take a plea. And then when they're going to have to explain, like, you know,
Yeah.
that part is probably going to be tough. Because at the end of the day, I don't want Wendy to do jail time. At
Me
the end of the day,
neither.
you got children.
I don't either.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like,
I don't either. And we both said that we literally both said a prayer each time that we've gone. Like I prayed
yeah,
for their family that morning because it's just like
yeah,
I have said a person has to be in such a state
mm,
financially or in their
hmm,
life to do something like this. You know what I
hmm,
mean? And you can
hmm,
attribute it to debt than to being on this show, like a
hmm,
whole lot of things. But at the end of the
yeah,
day, trying to live a lifestyle that you really don't have, trying to keep up appearances is already stressful enough. And
yeah,
now it's like your house of cards has come
yeah.
tumbling down.
This show will drive you to it. Again, I would say in court, it's not about whether you did it or not. It's about what you can prove.
Yeah.
And if if the prosecutor is going the way that she is going,
Speak to that, please. Speak to
yeah,
that. Talk to,
because
and I'm sorry to cut you, but
no,
can you speak specifically to? I said 1 minute I was with the defense, 1 minute I was with the prosecution. Speak to how you felt
yeah,
hearing both sides.
yeah. Well, I will say this: they've got one of the best attorneys in the state of Maryland.
Mirtha. Yeah.
I actually had two people contact me that had a Wendy's lawyer.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm not going to speak to the exact case because
Case.
then I
Okay.
don't, want to put it out there. But from what my understanding of this lawyer, how he operates, is like it was so many evidence against my friend's family member, and he was able to kind of like throw them out. Now we can already see by his energy in court that he also
Ooh,
plays no games.
at
So
all.
I also felt like my brain was like a tennis match. When the prosecutor would present her case, talking about the 44 credit cards, the 4 wallets, the going back to their finances like a decade's worth.
That was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, having the evidence of you said this was stolen, but yet you're wearing it. We saw that you returned this. I was like, ooh, they got him. But the defense also came back really strong, and I was like, ooh, he's really good. So yeah, in court, it's not whether you did or not, it's whether you can prove it. I also feel like the prosecution had a win because the judge said, hey, yeah, your finances, personal and businesses, are first fair game, because the prosecutor was like, well, the reason why we have to subpoena both finances is because one bank account led to another, to another, to another. So we
Girl.
can't just subpoena business and leave personal out when there were transactions between the personal and the business.
Yes.
And so listen, look, numbers are numbers, facts are facts. When you follow the money, it's going to lead
Mm.
you to where you need to go. And I really don't know if Wendy and Eddie want all that being exposed.
That's what I was thinking, because what it'll show is I think there's a part of me that thinks the prosecution knows that it won't show fraud. It'll show motive because of the debt. So
Yeah,
we'll
the mountain
see.
debt. Yeah.
And
Yeah. I also do think that the prosecutor was being a little
come
messy
say it. Come on, say it.
when she said the Cephas had little money. That she knows what she's doing. And the defense, he was looking like,
He was pissed. And
yeah,
then remember when he
because
pointed back to us?
that's going to be a headline. You know that's going
Yes.
to be a punchline.
Well, and he said it, and he pointed. He kind
Yeah.
of looked back to us and said, "She's throwing that out there in front of it." I forget the word he
Yeah,
used,
she
but
knew the
basically,
media was gonna grab it.
yeah,
She's a little petty, and she also said like, oh, like for me, like the amount of the cost of the purses,
and that's just how she said it.
is not how much I would purchase, but like they had a $5,000 purse, and then the defense came back and said, well, kind of like don't be mad because you're not living the lifestyle that they're living, that they can afford that purse. You know what I mean? So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, they're getting a little snappy. But where the prosecution messed up was that she did have to admit that there was no credit cards, business applications, nothing opened under Pam Oliver and Eddie Hennessy.
And
Okay.
that
So
was
when she
important.
said that, the defense was like, see, I told you. So that is kind of like a loss for the state,
Right.
you
And
know?
that when she said that, it took me back to when the article first came out with the Pam Oliver and Eddie Hennessy. The way they put that article together, they knew people were going to run with, oh, they opened up stuff, because they didn't say it in the article, but it was very leading. And so when she
Yeah.
said that, I was glad that the prosecution came back and said there's no credit cards, no loans, no anything of that. So I was glad. Yeah, she
Yeah.
was very much kind of like almost like a housewife, if you
Feisty.
will.
Oh, she's watching the show. she's if she's not watching the show, she's having her interns watch the show. They're doing calculations. Okay, that outfit cost that. Because every time Wendy steps on the scene, honey, she is looking
Can
good.
you?
She got on something expensive. She got, they're tallying. Okay, okay. Is that
Yeah,
part of the inventory? Okay.
hair done, nails done. Oh, not part of the inventory. I didn't even.
Listen,
Girl, what if she claimed that first stole she had on?
stop it.
Oh my I didn't even think about that though. Pam was very like together in court, right? So I feel like I would be the one cracking jokes, but Pam said, and I don't even know if you meant it, that like the way you said it was so funny to me. When we were the first time we were there, we were talking about, is her mom going to be there? And I said, well, maybe she's home with the kids. And you just it was so, you didn't even think, you were like, they. And then, but it was so funny. I was like, didn't even think about that. But the way you said it was very matter of fact. I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
But don't you think that's interesting though, that and again, maybe she has said, I don't want my friends there, or maybe they'll come during trial. But I just feel like I'm thinking about like me, my best friend. If my best friend was going through something like that, I'm with you every step of the way. I just find it interesting that nobody was there but just her and Eddie.
I would try. I'm thinking of my friends, two in particular. The other ones might, if I press them, like, don't come, don't come.
Mm-hmm.
But the other two that I know in my head right now, my sisters that are my friends, but that are my sisters,
Yeah.
they would be like, it's a public and I'm going to be there. I don't care if you don't want me
Yeah.
there or
Like,
not.
what's her sister's name? Lily? I don't know. Where's your
Oh,
sister? Like,
right. I wonder
yeah,
if,
what's your best
so
friends?
you talked about African pride, the Nigerian pride. Do you think maybe that is keeping them like, that's my
Yep.
sister and we're going to support her behind the scenes, but we're not going to be,
The shame, girl, the shame.
wow.
Don't want nothing to do with it. Because you don't know if you don't want this to like tarnish your business, your reputation,
Mm.
you know. Again, if they do go to trial, which we'll
Well,
see if they do or not, maybe she might show up. I don't know.
what do you think? What did you think? Because somebody was like, the lawyer actually said that. Remember when the lawyer was like, they're not getting their constitutional rights because they're being denied constitutional rights. So they don't have a jury of their peers. If it was Baltimore City and Baltimore County, a more urban space. But I also felt like he has a point. So how are they going to get?
Yeah. Yeah. And remember I told you I used to live in
Yes,
Westminster,
you did. Yep.
and I have family in Westminster now. That is not a jury of your peers.
Tell them to try to. Can you imagine if they got picked
Yeah,
for?
that is not your jury on the peers. You're gonna have to move it. But again, listen, you all moved there.
Right. But oh, okay. It's funny that you said that. I had not even thought about that. And then somebody in my comments, I think on one of my videos, made a very good point. Shout out to you. They said at the end of the day, Eddie and Wendy chose to live there.
You moved there. Yeah, I mean, I understand why they moved there. It is a safe area.
Yes.
They have not had a burglary or whatever in like 25 years. And
Yes.
that's another thing too. It's like, you say that your home has been broken into. There's no evidence to support that this is not an unsafe area. So now you have caused the community in an uproar. So the prosecution has a lot of pressure to prove like, is this burglary or is
Yeah.
this fraud, right? Because now you have to explain to the community how somebody broke into somebody's home and this is supposed to be a safe area. But yeah, at the end of the day, you chose to move there. It is a white area. The population is very low for Black people.
Hmm.
Now, again, I never felt unsafe,
Right.
right? Now, I wasn't out gallivanting. There's really nothing to do there.
Hmm.
But, yeah, I said this in my YouTube video, I was there around the time it was the Obama election was going on. And it's
Mm.
Obama's head on a monkey in front of people. Like, I am not even kidding you. So it was like, while I didn't feel unsafe, it's one of those things where if I'm in the back roads, I just pray that I've got gas in my car because I don't
Mm.
know what's gonna happen if my car like broke down or had no gas, you know.
That's,
So
I told you my cousin lived there. He had, at the time, he was married to a white woman. Shout out to her, still love her. And they had kids there. And he definitely talked about, and I know when the times we went there walking around, it was like in the neighborhood, it was not a lot of us. Then when we went to the grocery store and it's like, oh,
yeah,
okay, definitely
yeah,
not a lot of us. This will be, this will be something. If
yeah,
it's just a shame. Every time I think about it,
yeah.
I
Can
just,
I tell you, when I first saw the mugshot, I had woken up, I thought it was AI. Isn't that crazy how nowadays you have to like question your own eyes?
yeah,
I
you're
said,
right. Oh,
wow.
you're
And
right.
also the way they had the smirk on their faces.
Yes.
So I'm thinking it's AI. So I was like, okay, whatever. Went back to sleep and then woke up again and I'm like, What? This is for real.
Wow. So let me ask
So,
you this: with you being African, your husband, you both being Nigerian, have you
so I'm
been?
from Ghana. He's
Oh, that's
Nigerian.
right. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Hmm.
How do you say it? Ghana. I know it's GANIA.
Ghanaian.
Ghanaian. Okay, Ghanaian. Okay.
Yeah.
With your husband being Nigerian, I don't. Is there discussion amongst the Nigerian, like do you know people that other people that are Nigerian, and when you get together, like this is the like, oh my gosh, what's going on?
Yeah, so I actually know a few people that are connected with those Cephos.
Okay.
I'm not going to say how, but it's mainly kind of like, what the heck? The thing
Wow.
about like being African is there's a thing about like you, and you could see it on the show too. There's a thing about making your family proud. Like you have to carry the family name with such pride.
Okay.
Your job is to go to school, be a doctor or lawyer or engineer, and it's like bragging rights for your parents. Like the
Yeah.
parents need to be able to say, "Oh, my daughter is a doctor. My son is a lawyer." You know what I mean? It's like
Yes.
bragging rights. So it's like, and unfortunately, appearances are everything. So even
Yeah.
if, let's say, Wendy was going through something, I mean, look how even when she tried to like in the couple episodes, she tried to really have an emotional moment with her mom, and look how her mom responded. So a lot of times, listen, come at me in the comments if you want, but y'all know as well. A lot of times in a lot of African households, children don't have the emotional safety or the emotional space to talk about their feelings and the pressures, right?
Mm-hmm.
What pressures? You better go to school and get straight A's. Like that is your
Mm.
job. Because when you
Right.
get older, you're going to take care of me, right?
Wow.
So
Okay.
if you can't even go to your mom and say, "Hey, this show is really stressing me out. I feel like I have to, keep up appearances. Like, it's like if you don't have nowhere to turn and you're Mrs. 4 degrees, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
you're carrying on a lot of like weight and burden. And a lot of times, like I'm a therapist. A lot of times, African people seek me out because of my last name, to because they know that I get it.
That you get it right
Yeah,
versus other. And so
yeah.
versus another therapist may say, well, have you tried talking to? You already know that's a
Yeah.
no. So we're
Yeah,
gonna
I
have to.
already know the culture. I already know how parents are. Again, look at Wendy's mom's behavior, and I'm sure you already talked about this episode, but Wendy's
I want you
mom's
to speak to it.
behavior when Wendy was basically trying to say like, yes, you have your own trauma as a mom. Obviously, she had to get 3, 4 jobs or whatever
Hmm.
to take care of the family, but now she wants a relationship with her dad, right? That is her
Hmm.
right. And the way that the mom just really just like crushed her spirits, that was very triggering.
Well,
Because the mom is like, don't you dare. Don't like, not even like, okay, well, I may have issues with your dad, but if it's going to make you feel good, if you as an adult want a relationship with your father, I may feel a way, but I still support you because I love you. There was none of that. So think about like a woman like that raising Wendy, and
right.
now Wendy's facing this court
Mm.
situation.
Well, I'm glad that you spoke to that because I saw a lot of different discourse, and it was interesting to see people from the Igbo community, um, people from other communities weigh in on. Some said Wendy was disrespectful and shouldn't have brought it up. Some say
Mhm.
Wendy's mom went too far. So, did you? Well, because you're probably looking at it from two different. Are you looking at it from two different lenses? A therapist lens and
Yeah.
an
So
African
from
lens.
yeah, from a therapist lens, I see why Wendy is the way she is with her mom. Like her mom is almost self-centered. But her mom is self-centered because her mom is like, I did that,
Yeah.
right? And so the mom is looking like, I did that, and then this man wants to come up and take some credits, not on
Mm.
my watch. That's
Yes.
how
Yeah.
Wendy's mom is still seeing it, right? So you are the fruits of my labor.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So, but again, as a therapist, it's just like it's so traumatizing for Wendy,
Yeah.
and Wendy's also trying to break a cycle because Wendy's like, my children are here. you may have exposed me to that when I was younger. I don't want my children to be exposed to that. So she's trying to break a cycle. The mom did not care, you know. But then from a cultural piece, yeah, talking to your mama like that doesn't fly. And what's so sad though, what is so sad is even if your parents are wrong, it's kind of like you have to take it.
Yeah, so, her response to Eddie was interesting, the mom, how she was calmer. And so I went
Yeah.
on TikTok and it was Nigerian like, you know how they say this TikTok, that I was on,
Yeah.
like, I found myself on Nigerian TikTok, and
Yeah.
there was a lot of women posting voice notes, and they were saying, I came home late last night. This is the voice note my Nigerian mom
Yeah.
left me. And it was similar to how Wendy's mom went off. And then they said, this is a voice note that she left my brother. And it was, I hope
Yeah.
you're safe. Hope
Yeah.
you get home safe. And it was like,
Yeah. The men are
wow.
revered, you know, and also Wendy's mom has more respect for Eddie than Wendy.
Okay.
But Eddie also handled it very well
Yes.
because again,
Yeah.
culturally, you have to be respectful. Maybe another man be like, "Don't you talk to my wife like that? Get out of my house." But in the African household, that doesn't fly. Like, "Oh, mommy, it's gonna be okay, mommy. I'm sorry." You know what I mean? Like
Okay. Okay.
he's got to calm the waters. That's his role. Even though I'm sure inside he wants to be like, "How dare you talk to my wife like that?" That does not fly. But yeah, boys are treated very differently. They're held with kids' gloves,
Mm.
and women are like, "You better get it together." You know, like you need
Wow.
to be strong. You need to be, you know,
When I talked about looking into Wendy's eyes, seeing her being that up close, it almost looked like you could see. And you talked about this with me, her armor. And I think I mentioned that you had said it because I said you could look in her eyes and see a little girl, like, and not in a demeaning way, but just like this, like little girl eyes. And you
yeah.
were saying, in our culture, we are taught, boom, like this
Put
is
the mask on. Yeah. Put the mask on. It's been stuff that has happened to me, and I've had not my parents, but a parental figure say, just suck it up and just go and just pretend everything's fine. Like in the middle of like a breakdown and meltdown. Like, no, you just gotta go and you just gotta do what you need to do because you need to show that you are strong. You gotta put the armor on, you gotta put the mask on. Wendy is a you will never let me you I will never let you see me sweat type of girl. And that is how we're reared.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We are reared that way.
It's going to be
Success
interesting
is everything.
thing. Success over every boom. That's the
Yep. Yep.
wow.
Yeah.
This is just so. I have another friend who is Nigerian, and that's why I asked you, because in her circles, it's been the conversation as
Yeah.
well. Like this,
Yeah.
because it's so, people just truly cannot believe it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's shocking. It's very shocking. And you know, like the parents talk to each other like, oh it's kind of like one upping. My son is this, my daughter's this, you know,
Wow.
like,
Okay.
yeah, because it's a reflection of me. I did that, you know?
Right. So right. So actually, it's not even about what they are. It's about what they are and how it makes me look to the other parents, the community, the this, the that. Oh wow. Wow, that is really interesting. That's why I love getting this perspective
Yeah.
from someone who's in the community. Now, we are saying our prayers for Wendy, Pam, and I, and Chantel. We will be talking to Chantel. That's another, our sister in arms in the courtroom.
Purple panda pants.
Panda, say it again.
Purple panda pants.
Purple Panda Pants. Make sure y'all go find her on Reddit, on and on Instagram. Her and I joked because she was at Karen's trial as well, and it was a little bit after I got there. The judge had stopped the hearing to address somebody streaming the I was going to say the service, Lord, streaming the proceedings on Reddit, and she said, "Girl, it was me." So I said, "Well, now we've been through it together. Like we both got we've got our journalist lashings."
And I know we're going to talk about this, but when Karen was saying, "Oh, I had to roll down the window and wave to the crowd," and Chantel was like, "Me, I was the crowd," because there was an article that was published about her that she was the only like fan that attended
Yes.
Wendy's release.
Because you know what? I thought about, okay, well, let's get into Potomac. So Pam and I will be at the hearing along with Chantel. We're all going to do something together anyway. So stay tuned for that. And I feel like we got to make it a day, like, because I'm always thinking I'm gonna go back to work, but at 1 o'clock. But we need to make it up to Tally Ho or something. Like
Yes.
we
I'm
need to do
trying to
that.
go. I texted Chantel too.
Oh yeah, because we can talk to the server and all. And shout out to Anthony. I think his name is Anthony,
He's
right?
yeah, he's messaged me like, girl,
Yes.
I got some tea for you.
Okay, so we got to make it up there. Okay. That's what happened with. I said that's what happened with Angel. That's what went wrong with Angel. You know why Stacy's flourishing? Because Karen took her to Tally Hill before the season. Angel didn't get that. Karen just letting down the community. Now, speaking of Potomac and
Let's talk.
one possibly going in, prayerfully not, but one coming out. What? I know you watched it twice. I want to know your initial thoughts. I took some notes and I want to talk about some things specifically
Yeah.
after that. But I want when you watched it the first time last night, what were some of your thoughts?
Ooh, Karen still has some revelations to go through. The Grand Dame looks good.
Yes.
The Grand Dame looked good.
Said, was
but
that a filter? Because she really looks good.
she did. Yeah, she looked really good.
Yes.
Yeah, hair was laid. Her makeup artist always does her justice.
Yeah.
Deep Face Honey. Yeah.
I was even looking at her legs. Her legs are like glowy. And I said, Karen,
Yeah, I like that she didn't do too much. She
Yeah,
was in her
yeah.
home.
Yes.
Nice, simple, dress. Yeah, I like
Her
that she
wig
did.
was
His wig was laid.
one of the best ones she's had. I said, come on,
Yeah,
Karen.
she looked great. She looked great. She looked great. Oh, let me tell you something. I feel bad for Ray.
You do? Okay, tell me why.
Well, listen. So again, I'm gonna switch between my clinician hat and the thing.
That's what I was going to
Okay,
say.
I can't help it. A lot of times when when people suffer from substance abuse, blah, 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 I hear family members that say, I'm glad that they are in jail because at least I know they're a place where I don't have to worry about them drinking and driving. Like I know that they are secure for the 6 months or whatever. So I know Ray was like, okay, because he's been dealing with this for 20 plus years.
Do you watch Salt Lake City?
I watched it up until what season are they on now?
6, I think.
Okay, I think I watched up to season 3.
Great. The reason I say that is because I'm sure
catch
you've
up.
seen the headlines real quick. Mary Cosby's son is dealing with, and on the reunion this time, he violated some orders and he's been in jail since December. And she said, Andy asked her, like, are you upset? She said, I'm glad he's in there because I know he's alive. So you saying that.
Yeah,
So you saying
I
that.
hear that from family members all the time. I know they are in their four walls. I know they're safe. I know they're getting structure. But my initial thought is the divorce is coming.
Girl,
The divorce is coming.
Did you feel it strongly when she talked about it, or their interaction when she first came home and how she was really more so talking to Raven and to her sister? And
Both, yeah. She was excited to see Raven. She was excited to see her sister. Ray, she just tolerated. And Raven is so cute because Raven is like, trying to be positive. She's a beautiful girl.
Yes.
It's almost like, hey mom, look, daddy got you some
yes.
this. And he did it in a nice font because Raven knows what's going on, right?
Yes.
So look, mom, look what daddy's doing for you. But yeah, I mean,
I didn't even pick up on that, the fact that she felt the need probably to say that.
Yeah.
Because it's
kind of like, hey, look, mom, daddy put in some effort, But I think this is definitely the storyline that's coming. I will not be surprised if the divorce is happening. And again, sometimes with family members, like when stuff like this happens, the divorce doesn't happen because Ray's probably like, if I let her go, she's probably going to crash and burn. Ray has been saving her time after time after time. I never said this, but one time, back in 2020, somebody sent me a message about Karen being hospitalized. I'm not going to say who, what, where. I never said nothing.
So this is an exclusive, a We Go podcast.
It was in 2020, and somebody called me, somebody that is
in that field where she'd be
Yes.
taken care of.
Yes. Okay, there you go. Thank you. I'm trying to
Okay. Got it.
said, girl, guess who just blah blah blah. I said, what? And spoke to Ray. I said, well, how did Ray sound? Calm, just kind of like an ordinary Monday. So behind the scenes,
Was it for
Ray has been
overconsumption?
dealing with this forever.
Was it for overconsumption? I'm assuming that's why she was hospitalized. To be
And
hospitalized, that means you had to have.
yeah.
That's
They
not
called
rehab.
Ray. She said Ray was very calm. I said, wow. Now that was again, this was in 2020. No media
My
picked it
God.
up. I wasn't
That
doing YouTube then, so
that place that she went to, their workers are practicing their oath because it
Oh
didn't
yeah,
leak.
for sure.
Because it didn't leak. I said that right. I was trying to
Yeah.
think of a way. Wow. So
No media picked it up. The
this,
next morning I was Googling nothing. So who knows how, and again, it's Maryland. It's not like it's Cali or,
right.
it's Maryland. So who knows how many close calls
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like
she's had.
that,
But I think that now Ray will be more comfortable letting Karen go as they talked about because now she's sober.
that you telling me that adds so many more. I was going to say depths, maybe clarity to that, but it's interesting because she wanted to dance around. One of the things that she wanted to dance around being called an alcoholic, but what I
Yes.
noticed, I felt like she was saying a lot of quotes and that she tried to string together as answers. One of the things that I noticed was when she said, there's a lot of shame associated with being an alcoholic and a drug user. And that needs to go. But then she turns around and won't call herself that. She said, I am, what was her word? She is a
Lifetime recovery.
in lifetime recovery. So
Yeah.
that you're
So,
saying there's shame instead of saying, I am going to try to
yeah.
destigmatize the word.
Yes, that would have been a perfect opportunity to say, you know what? I've been dealing with this for decades, and yeah, I am an alcoholic, And so it's not until the towards the end where she said like the disease of alcoholism, but she still continues to shame. But where I would give Karen a little bit of grace is that again, she's what, 62 years old?
Yeah, yeah.
So for I guess maybe it started when she was maybe, who knows, she never really said, but like 19, it sounds like when her trauma happened.
Yes.
So if she's been dealing with this for a very, very, very long time, it's going to take her some time to
Yes.
kind of utter those words. I am an alcoholic, which is why I'm glad that she's going to AA.
Yes. And I can see how people feel like things happen and they just get over them, but they don't realize that they can be manifesting in your life in ways that you never even realize.
Absolutely. Yeah. I wish Andy would have asked. I thought Andy did a great job in the
Me too.
interview.
I
Yes. He stayed
forget.
on her.
Yes.
I
And
wish he would have asked a little bit more in that question, but I wish he would have said, when you were 19 and this happened, did you get treatment?
oh,
I
yeah.
always say, unless you're like 11, 12 and peer pressure to drink or whatever, people don't usually wake up and say, I'm going to be an alcoholic today.
Yeah.
It's usually something that like you're using the substances to cope, to numb the pain, some kind of trauma has happened. That's usually what I find in my line of experience, right?
Yeah.
And so I wish she would have talked a little bit more about like, okay, well, she did say when she was 19, this happened to her. Family members did not believe her, but I wish she would have said like, so like, then what happened? Like, did you?
Right.
No, but again, but we also think about Karen's age back then.
Yes. Yes.
Was there services even available for such a thing? So she's
And
kind of carried that trauma with her, and that
mhm,
trauma has showed up in many different ways.
yes. And then also, when she said her family didn't believe her, it made me wonder, was it someone they knew
Mm-hmm.
versus, like, so, and I remember the
Yeah.
season she had I don't know if it was a banquet or something, but Don Lemon was there because he was also a victim of that happened when he was younger.
Yeah.
So I understand what you mean about the grace and dealing with it. It's like she was forced to. She had no choice.
Yeah, she has not fully taken accountability
Yeah, yeah.
because I think that's why I said when you said what's my initial thoughts, I said Karen still has a lot of revelation she needs to go through.
Yeah.
Hopefully, she is going to AA. She is going Alcoholics Anonymous. She is going to Narcotics Anonymous. I'm hoping that she works with a trauma therapist, not just a regular therapist, a
Okay.
trauma-informed therapist. She needs to dig a little bit deeper.
Deeper. Did she say she preferred or goes more to NA than AA?
Yeah. I
And
think AA is more structured than NA, you know.
okay.
I wonder, I wish well, she did say NA is more raw. I think that's what she said.
Okay.
I find it interesting that,
So
but
do I.
again, it's also, she can readily admit that, like, yeah, I abuse prescription drugs because, it's kind of like when you're abusing prescription drugs, that's more like,
High class, high
yep.
brow.
Kind of like, I don't do Coke. I do.
Yeah, I do perks or something, or
Yeah,
something.
per
Yeah,
se. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
there's a hierarchy in the drug usage or whatever,
But, but
But yeah, I just felt like I felt like Andy did a good job. There's so many questions that I want to know. Like, answer the question: was someone with you or not?
because when she said Ashley needs to let that go, you said it. And to me, I thought you must have been on some type of something for you to just say that then, to
Yeah,
say somebody. You weren't even in this world when we saw
yeah,
those. So it's not like you said it to throw the scent off of you.
yeah,
You weren't even here. So when you
yeah,
said that, but you saying Andy did a good job, it made me think. I forget that he was a journalist. He's not just the housewives.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah. You're
actually
right.
he
You're
was
right.
a journalist.
Yeah. Yeah. But I wish
You
she would have said there was nobody with me at the
yes,
night of the incident. Just be clear and direct. Don't leave any room for confusion.
I
Like, I
would
don't know why I said that. I was
yes.
out of my mind. There was no physical other person with me. Just say it and
Yeah. It
put a
was kind
lid
of
on
like
it.
no, there was no person and just kind of and it was like, well, why do you think you would have said
Yeah.
that? I want to go
Yeah.
back to that incident you said she had in 2020 and
Hmm.
tie it into Andy, her saying she wanted to say she wasn't an alcoholic, and Andy said, had to remind her, you've had 4 DUIs, and she said,
Hmm.
I've had two, and then two alcohol related incidents.
No,
I
ma'am.
I was in that courtroom when that prosecutor read off the
Oh, read
four
her for
times
filth.
and read the 4 times. Well, the judge did that, but the prosecutor was when
Uh-huh.
they were arguing there,
Yeah.
read the offense like the 4 times. So for
So
her to,
4 times of the DUIs.
I think one was driving. You know how they have DUI and DWI?
DWI, yeah, 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 yeah.
Karen, it's this, come on.
Yeah.
Like, so when she
Yeah,
wanted to
tomato,
make,
tomato.
I was like, Karen, we
Yeah.
all know, like, it's like they said it in court. They talked about the 4 times. The judge said, what is there
Yeah.
going to be a fifth or something like that? So I just couldn't, when I was looking at her, like you said, she's still not fully taking. I would even be okay. Not that I have to be okay with anything. I'll take that back. Even if she said, I know what it looks like. Right now, I'm struggling with calling myself an alcoholic. I'm just going to be
Hmm.
honest. At least be
Yeah.
honest. Don't try to
Yeah.
give us excuses as to why you're not. But I think she said something very critical. Tell me
Hmm.
what you think as a therapist. When she said it's easy for her to say that she was basically abusing the drugs because a doctor writes that for you
Hmm. Yeah.
versus you picking up the glass. But the
Yeah.
doctor wrote the prescription a certain amount and you changed,
Yeah.
you double. So I thought that was interesting for her. She was able to shift blame to the
Yeah.
doctor when it came to,
Deflecting, not
yes,
taking accountability. Oh, well, the doctor prescribed it for me. But yeah, a doctor prescribes you 30 pills for 30 days, right? So when you come 2 weeks later and say, hey, I ran out of my pills, the pills that was supposed to last for 30 days, no, sweetheart, that is you.
yes.
Yeah. I caught that too. Like, oh, well, the doctor writes those prescriptions, but with the alcohol, I have to do it. So with the alcoholism, it's like you have to really fully own it. That's why
Mm,
she has not fully owned it yet. But again, I'm going to keep giving her grace because again, she was forced to semi own it.
yeah.
The honestly, I'll be honest with you, it's not the rehab, it's not the jail of 6 months. The real work is going to start upon
Now.
release. Because the AA, right? Like I don't know if that was mandated. Like I know she said Andy said, you said that you told the judge you'll go for life. She said, I didn't say that, but I'm gonna go. You know, the real work starts where are you gonna go to therapy? Are you gonna go to NA? Are you
Right.
gonna go to AA consistently?
And when nobody can see it.
Yeah. Do you have a sponsor? I wish
Oh,
Andy would
yeah.
have asked that because a sponsor is somebody that is going to hold you accountable. See, Karen likes to be the mothers of all mothers,
Yes.
right? She went to jail and she became a mother as opposed to focusing on your own stuff. So I wish they would have talked about her like having a sponsor because that's somebody that you have to, helps you hold you
Right.
accountable. You know,
That-
why are you going to jail now counseling other people when you need counseling yourself?
I was so glad Andy asked that question
Yeah.
because it was truly like, wow, I get what you're saying. You could tell them, y'all, I've been living 62 years. I've dealt with this for 20 plus years. I had
Hmm.
things happen to me when I was 19.
Hmm.
I can see if she said, I decided to work my time off and they let me work here. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that I had I was working on myself and sharing my story in this
Yeah.
role. But she made
Nothing
it
wrong with
very
that.
much like I got my hands on them. I'm
Yeah.
helping them. But you can't
Yeah.
even admit that you
You
are
need
an
to help
alcoholic.
yourself.
Yeah.
You need to
Yeah.
help yourself first before you can help somebody else. Like you said, there's nothing wrong with sharing, your years of lived experience.
Hmm.
But again, and that in the show, Karen is like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she kind of gravitates to those that see her as like
The
the
mother
mother. Remember when Ashley first came onto Potomac? It was like
Yes.
that. Kiana is like that.
Yep.
You know.
The only one she didn't do like that was Wendy.
And that's why I think they had a little bit of a thing in the beginning. Because remember, she
Mhm.
didn't even want Wendy on the show to
No,
begin with, because Wendy didn't need that.
Wendy wasn't Potomac, she said.
Not Potomac.
Hmm.
Remember
Which is interesting.
remember when Potomac first started, it was just like, oh, you don't do that in Potomac. And now they're over
Right.
there punching each other in the faces. And
And going to jail
oh,
and
Lord, I
all
was
of that
like, what
stuff.
is this?
It was all about etiquette. And you don't
Yeah,
sit in the birthday girl's seat. And
right.
we bake cookies and and
Right.
all of
We're
these
Jack and
things.
Jill parents.
Yes, and all of these
Like,
things. And
child.
now
Meanwhile, you over there drinking yourself to a stupor behind the
exactly.
scenes and stuff.
Calling them all because they all remember when they all talked about how Karen calls them and will cuss them out and be like, I don't like you, I don't this. And they look forward to the calls.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, that is so. And that's probably why they all say Karen can be a good time
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. But,
I'm
but Giselle been new. I mean,
yes.
she said she been new. It's
And
just,
Charisse too.
yeah. Hence why I also feel like they had their thing. And you know
Yeah.
what? Something that I really wanted to know, especially, it reminded me when Andy said he sprayed the letter with La Dame. I would want to
Yes.
know how this impacted her financially. I mean, other than the paying for the lawyers and the court
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
how this impacted like her businesses,
Yeah. And
brand deals. She had brand deals.
her
I wish Andy
son,
would have asked that.
I like when Eddie said when her son, well, I wonder if, brands are now, it seems like in the business of if they feel like the public feels like you can be redeemed, then
Yeah.
they'll redeem you.
Yeah.
You know, when her
Yeah.
son was there, I was shocked because her son and daughter were not at her court hearing, but that cousin that hugged her, he was there, Ray was there, Cookie was there. Was there somebody else?
Oh, wait a
Yeah.
minute. Karen has two sons, right?
No, just the one, the guy
Oh, I thought
Brandon.
it said Karen. Oh, right. Okay.
The
Okay.
other one
Okay.
was her cousin that she met with out to eat, like
Oh,
her last
yeah.
season
Yeah.
and was
Yeah.
crying.
Yeah.
He said he was on the phone with her. He was there in court because he kept looking back at us, like in the
Mm-hmm.
doorway, like taking notes or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
I like how Andy said, "Why do you always run from our cameras?" He said, "I'm very busy. I'm very, very
Yeah.
busy."
No, you're not busy. And that's the one. He's the one that had the hat on, right?
Yes,
Oh yeah,
yes.
that hat. He was hiding his face intentionally.
With the hat on, yes. I was like, now black folks, we don't wear hats in the house.
He was like, "You will not see my
Listen,
face."
unless
He
you're
looks
wanting.
handsome though.
He kind of looked like Karen a little bit. Like I was trying to
Yes,
see,
he
like,
does.
if, yeah.
Yeah,
But
he
I
does.
liked how he did give them a little bit. Karen probably said, now listen here, this my check. You're gonna have to give them
Get it
something.
together. Yeah,
Yeah.
give him something.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
did like how they did that. Andy looked like he was so excited to be when he walked, he just looked like,
yeah.
you
You
know,
can tell when Andy likes a housewife.
yes.
Yeah.
And it allowed him, I think, to step back into what he used to do. If you do
Yeah.
that and you loved that, even if you love what you do now, you get to mix and mingle, whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I did read his first book, Superficial, and he talks very
Oh.
candidly about how superficial he is. So like he wants
Mm.
to be with the rich and the famous and the housewife, and you know what I mean. So
Hmm.
kudos to that, honest with
Yeah,
that. But
he did a good
he
job.
did a
And
good job.
because if people would have been mad at him if he did
Oof.
not hold her accountable.
Cause he was like really like there was 4 DUIs, and then the other stuff he was saying, he really, how are you? I was like,
Yeah.
wow. And like
Yeah.
he did
I
a
do
really
feel
good
like a
job.
week was too soon.
It was very soon.
I feel like, and
Maybe
but
they wanted to
again,
get her
listen, this is
fresh.
Bravo. You gotta catch it. You gotta
Yeah.
catch it. But I wonder would her answers and things would have changed if they visited her a month or two from there. You know, when you're coming out of jail,
Mm,
you're coming with a different mentality. You know,
yeah.
it's like,
Well,
so
speaking to that, saying it's too soon, when Andy came and Ray said, she's a different person. I was like, wow, it's only been a week, but no, it's been six. I mean, for her to be, she was in jail for 6 months. So I
mhm,
guess her
mhm,
mentality is different. Then when he talked about her not having her phone now, and then,
mhm.
so, but she was very clear. I'm limiting, like I'm
Yeah,
not going to be
yeah,
without it.
yeah.
Did you believe, because I loved how Andy caught it when she said she didn't see the footage of herself. And then she says, when I sat with my therapist and watched the footing, I understood the sentence. And Andy said, but that was before your sentencing. And she said, but I knew it was coming. Now, I did hear on a very reliable source. Do you remember when it came out in her trial? She went somewhere for 3 days. She went to rehab, yes, but she also went somewhere
Yeah,
for 3 days, and it was to simulate
yeah.
jail. What didn't come
Mhm.
out until afterwards was the reason, because her lawyers told her, you're going to do time. So let's try to get you prepared. And that's why they sent her to that
What?
place for 3 days out outside of the rehab. Yes. Because when I heard it,
Wow.
because I remember when they said it, the person I was standing next to said, that's like going to jail, almost simulating jail. But I didn't know at
Yes,
the
she
time that
knew.
she knew. It wasn't until somebody in her camp said she knew that she was going. So I thought about that when she said she watched the footage with her therapist and she understood the sentencing. And Andy said, but the sentencing hadn't come. And she said, but I knew it was going to be something.
Mhm.
Yeah, but you thought it was going to be 2 or 3 months, you said.
Yeah.
Do you believe she didn't watch that footage? See a clip, nothing.
So the reason why I think that she didn't, because you've got to be a dummy to watch that footage and say, let's take it to trial.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
And I feel like when someone is really in denial, they will put
Mm.
themselves in a bubble.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
What actually also surprised me when Andy said, "Did Ray not watch it?" Now Ray don't have social media. Ray is old.
Right.
She said she
Yeah.
shielded Ray from it.
Yes.
Again, I refuse to believe that this lady watched the footage and said we can beat it.
You're
I mean,
right.
unless
Yeah.
your ego is like out of this world massive for you to
Yeah.
see this and say, yeah, let's and I guess and also, I'm not a lawyer,
Right.
but I would be like, hey Karen, come in here for a second. Play. Here you go. Sorry.
Right. You need to see it. Like I've got to spare you
Look at
somehow.
this. I mean, you're paying me thousands of dollars. You're going to see this.
Wow,
Not like,
right.
oh, we really think you should see this. It's going to nail you. No, listen, you are talking about being Thomas Jefferson's concubine. You're talking about how lit you are. Your wig is shifted 10 inches back.
Nose running.
I would have been like, here, I don't care what you say, you need to see this. So
Right.
you're, again, unless your ego is just, unless you are a narcissistic,
Yes.
egotistical person to see what we have seen, you cannot be a functioning human being and say, let's take it to trial. I understand her saying she didn't want to see it because she was still under the influence.
Right. But you'd have to
But
really be.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time believing. Why, you think she saw it before?
At first, I was like, she had to. But then you saying that, that does make sense because clearly, if my lawyer was telling me it is damning, I would have to see it because of that. If my lawyer is telling me, like,
Yeah, and I'm just like, either the lawyers did not do a good job describing how terrible it was, or, sometimes you can hire these attorneys, but you can just walk all over them or something. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Like, the thing that really shocked me is also Ray, that she's facing this huge court case. What do you mean? I would have called Raven. Hey, Raven, come here for a second.
yeah,
Can you
yeah,
play that thing on that YouTube thing for me to see that thing that Yolanda
yes,
doesn't want me to see? Like, what? So I was like, so Ray was like, you don't want me to see it? Okay.
right.
Like, Ray
Was
didn't say, hey, what are your lawyers saying? Hey, what? But again, Ray has been dealing with this for forever. He probably thought just another court case. We probably will. But again, Ray, you also, I don't know, you were there at the scene.
yes, you were there.
You were there and you saw it. So like Ray was Ray not like, hey, so what's going on with the case? What are the lawyers saying? Let me call the lawyer myself. Like, what?
Wow.
Something's
Yeah.
off with I don't know.
Yeah. Like you're right though. No reasonably thinking human would say, "Let's take this to trial."
Can you imagine you going through something like that and you're telling your husband, I don't want you to a part of it? Like, would your husband be like, okay?
No, no. I wouldn't be able to sleep because he'd be up. I'm gonna need you now. I'm going with you the next time you go.
Yeah, unless
Like
there's something else about their marriage that we don't know. They have lived such separate
that. Well,
lives
that's what I was getting ready. Yeah,
that
yeah,
he was like, oh, that's her thing.
yeah. I'm operating independently. I did think it was. It was so. It was why not why, but it was so like I can't think of the word, but the way she talked about that night she was running from home. The house is
Yes.
like a tomb, but then he
Yeah.
shows up, which is he's probably
Yeah.
been rescuing her for years. But when she said the house was like a tomb, I said, "Oh man."
Yeah. And I wish Andy would have been like, okay, so what happened that night? Were you guys arguing? What were you guys
Well,
arguing about? What is it that was making you so unhappy? Now she's talked about her demons, right? But like
yeah,
what happened that night that was so bad that made you just run out of the house? Where did you go? We still
yeah,
don't know where you went.
yeah. Because first it was dinner with a friend, then it was a bar,
A
and she thought she could
bar,
make it home, and
down
then
the
it was
street. Which friend? Which friend did you have dinner with? Okay. Which bar were you? How far was
yeah.
it from home? Like that, those are the questions I wish Andy would have dug a little bit deeper in, you know.
When he said, I was surprised when none of the friends stepped up and said, I said, I'm not surprised because like none of my friends would willingly be like she was with me because it doesn't matter who
No.
she was with. Because honestly, then
Yeah.
the person would be like, well, then you saw the condition she was in.
Yeah. Well, they try to imply that it was a man.
Well, yeah, that Mr. Old Blue Eyes,
So
that's
Mr.
what they
Blue
were
Eyes,
saying.
Mr. Blue Eyes just keeps
Keeps
coming
coming
back.
up, keeps coming up. That's probably why that house felt like a tomb. Ray said, you out here laying it low and spreading it wide. No.
Yeah, yeah. Like, what is it? She's talking about her demons, but what is happening in the marriage that makes her feel so unhappy?
I'm so unhappy and has it been going on for years?
Yeah.
And like, was the show her saving grace? But also going back to that, have you, I know that everything that happened at 19 and all that, contributed. Was
Mhm.
she a bored housewife? and was drinking, and then
Yeah.
the lunches and the brunches and all of
Yeah.
that,
Because
and
she
it
did say she was a
just
kept woman,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And she also said the show gave her structure,
Yes.
right?
When she,
Because
that's what made me think about that, which means her days were just whatever
yeah,
you wanted
if
them to
your
be.
man is out working and you're just a housewife and your kids are now self-sufficient, so now you go to legal seafood and you're drinking all day. Yeah, now the show give her filming time. You have to report here, you have to do there. Yeah,
Yeah.
could be.
And it was a what? A well-known, or not a secret, a well-known secret. I think back to season, was it 6? When they were at Wendy's house after she got her makeover and Giselle told her, I'm gonna tell your drunk truth,
The drunk truth.
your cheating truth. I was like, it's well known, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like they probably also have some kind of arrangement.
Yes, yes.
You
And she
know, it's
just
just the
won't say
way,
it.
again, the way that Karen portrayed, like I shielded Ray from it. It's just, I keep coming back to, we're living our separate lives under this household, just under the pretenses of we're married, because it just doesn't make sense.
Yes.
Um, but
And
yeah,
every time she calls him Raymond, it makes me like when she calls him Ray, it's like they're married. When she calls him Raymond, for hearing her call him Raymond takes me back to almost like she's in mother mode. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
or in,
yeah. I feel like she just kind of tolerates him.
yes, I think she wants more,
Yeah, she's
especially,
outgrown him.
and then she's making money. But then on top of that, it's like she may be looking the way she wants to look now. You know what like when women
Yeah,
hit that certain age, it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
It definitely the divorce. There was something else I was going to ask you.
Yeah. Oh, and I was gonna say, Karen doesn't need Ray anymore.
Yes.
Like he's much older than her. He scooped her up when she was younger. Now she is popping. She does not look her age at all. Body
Mm-mm.
is snatched. She has outgrown Ray. She wants to be out gallivanting. Ray wants to be either
Yes.
playing golf or being at home watching golf.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
outgrown him.
She has outgrown him. She, like you said, she's making money. What'd she say when she bought that Porsche after Ray's taxes? I am debt free and loaded. And then when she
Mhm.
said she gave Ray the money and when she was drunk, she said, I want my money
She
back.
wanted back. Yeah. But what about all the times where he provided and supplied for you?
Come
Can
on.
he get his money back for that?
I said, oh, and this has nothing to do with it. But when you said, I don't know why my brain is this way. When you said, what about all the times he provided for you? It made me think back to her in this interview saying she's glad she's a country girl, which because she put them pads, lined the toilet with them pads. Who was the guard? That guard, was it a man guard that gave her them pads? Because a woman would have looked at her and been like, you're what? Now I'm going to give you these
Right.
pads, but you're what?
Right. Ma'am, you're huh? Gotta be
Like,
a man.
he
When she
knew.
said that, I was like, and they believed you?
Right. And they believed you. I
I mean,
like,
I would believe that she said, oh, I need some Depends or something like
yeah.
that. I'm not trying to age shame, but I'm
No,
just,
no, right. But I'm just saying, but yeah, but like your
what?
period, girl,
Oh, Lord, Karen.
girl.
Okay.
Andy said his biggest revelation from this conversation was Karen admitting that she was in denial because she's been in denial. And I was like,
Mm.
wow. Do you think Andy was convinced? Like, what did you make of him throughout the interview?
No, I don't think he was convinced.
Me neither. I didn't think he,
I don't think he was convinced at all. That's why he kept staying on her.
yeah.
That's why he said, I noticed that you can readily admit that you were abusing prescription drugs, but
Mhm.
it's like you don't fully own the alcoholism. No, I don't think that he was convinced at
Yeah. And
all.
I think that he's hopeful I think that he sees a light because she's willing to admit that she was in denial. And like you
Hmm.
said, this is all just happening to her. It was only
Yeah,
what, 563 days, I think they had on
yeah,
the screen.
yeah,
So
yeah. Towards the end, I could see a little bit of accountability.
mhm,
But in the beginning, I think she struggled. But I also
yeah.
think she struggled not because she also doesn't want to admit it. I think in order for you to admit publicly of something you are, you've got to admit it to yourself first.
Yeah.
They say the first step is admittance. So she's got to work on accepting this about her.
And truly forgiving herself, like she said, and not feeling shame about
Hmm.
what she has done.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I
yeah.
do. Yeah, I do like that when Andy said people feel like you shouldn't be on this platform,
Yes.
that she didn't say like, "Oh, I deserve to be on this platform because blah 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 blah. I brought this to the show." No, she said, "Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. I probably didn't deserve it, but we'll see." I feel like that was humility.
Yes.
I saw
And
that in that moment. Yeah.
same, I agree. And her saying you have to work for it. And she said Bravo sometimes basically gets the short end of the stick. Like,
Yeah.
I did this, but it also reflects onto Bravo as well. I thought I hit my mic.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
I saw that as well.
Yeah. And she didn't
Andy,
blame the show. She didn't
no.
deflect. She said the show saved me, it gave me
Well,
routine and structure. Yeah.
I was going to say, because when you think about it, would it have been such a widespread story? Now, she may or may not have went to like all of this may or may not have happened, but I do agree with her when she said this show probably did like, and this got so much exposure because she is on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it was that was really interesting to see. I
Yeah.
think Andy is really hopeful
Because he
for
likes
her.
her.
He likes
Yeah.
her.
He
Yeah.
likes her. He
Yeah.
likes her. Oh, it now all eyes are on her.
Yeah.
All eyes are on Karen. So she has no choice
That
but to get it together. But I will say that, like, I mean, in my line of work, even if all eyes on you, if you want to if relapse can happen,
yeah.
every day is a new day. So
Yeah.
she really has to do the work.
And it'll be not, I don't know if interesting is the word, but to put her back in this environment when a lot of
Yes,
it
I thought about
revolves
that.
around going to dinner, having a drink, coming
I
over
thought
for a
about
drink.
that.
It's
They're gonna
like,
have to shift some things because one of the things they even tell you in AA is do not put yourself in situations that can cause a relapse or trigger. It's gonna be very interesting because at this point, this is not even about a show. This is her sobriety.
yeah,
It's gonna be very interesting how they navigate the new season with Karen. Like we can't go like you can go to a restaurant, sure, but yeah, it's almost like everybody's gonna have to change their habits. I wouldn't feel comfortable with my friend going to jail for, substance abuse, and then we're going to a restaurant, I'm ordering a glass of wine in front of you.
right, right.
Kind of like with Wendy Williams, like when she did a documentary,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And then yeah, and then the son's like, oh, her son like took her out to like dinner or whatever, and then he ordered a drink, so then she wanted a drink. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. And
yeah,
we've heard other housewives say that production will take you to a restaurant. The housewives have said they will literally have the waiters bring you drinks and tell the kitchen to hold the food and bring the
wow.
food out later. Yeah.
That's dangerous. That's
Yeah.
dangerous. And at some point, Cameron is really going to have to make a decision. It's either my sobriety or the show. Unless they have a meeting before the show starts and all the women have a pact, like we will not drink when we're filming with Karen, which I
Yeah.
think they should do. It's going to be a very different show. Might be a boring show. But unless they decide to have a pact to say, hey, we will not drink around Karen, again, if you go on a girls' trip, we will not have alcohol, unless they are committed to doing that. At some point, Karen is going to have to make a decision, my sobriety or this show. And if she doesn't have this show, she's going to need to do something else to fill up her time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting. I'm very curious
Me
to
too.
see how they're going to navigate this show in Karen sobriety. It's no longer like, it's just, it's just,
It's
it's
much
just a
deeper.
recipe for relapse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can see Karen almost flipping it, being like, oh, I'm fine in this environment. It shows how strong I am.
No,
I hope to be an
no,
example. I can see her
yeah,
trying to phrase it that way. I want me one of those
no.
cute little straws, the
My
glass
little
straw.
glass straws.
Yes, yes. And
Makes you
I
feel
have those types of cups.
fancy.
I love those
Speaking
cups.
of
Yes.
speaking of not drinking, I did a dry January, so now it's bleeding over to February. So I've got sparkling water. That's my version of my
Okay.
wine.
See, I had some cranberry juice. I love cranberry juice. But before I looked at my refrigerator, I said, I drank all my margarita. I didn't realize I had drunk it. I said, well, it was over the span of a time frame though.
Uh,
So I wasn't, just taking it back. There is a part of me, and I'm sure all of us may be thinking it, that wonders, is she truly not drinking? And if she'll try to
ooh,
return to drinking years down the way and say, well, no, because she did say I'm living a sober life.
mhm.
So you would think no, but there is a part of me that wondered, is she truly not drinking?
Wow. Yeah, and see, with your sobriety, you can't have do this.
Yeah, it's all or nothing. You can't
It
just have
has to
one
be all or
drink and then
nothing.
yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
can't be like, oh, I only drink on the weekends. No, abstinence is the key,
Yeah.
which is very hard.
Yeah, especially if your
Yeah.
body, I mean, your body for over 20 years, this is how you've been,
Yeah.
your body is used to that. So,
Yeah.
well, we are
Yeah.
sending prayers to Karen on this journey, and we are already preparing for the. I wonder if it will just be a separation because Karen is now in the breadwinner position, it seems, and she may
Mm,
not want to deal with having to give up anything.
yeah. It
So
might.
maybe they'll just continue, they'll be separated and live a separate lifestyle.
Well, they've been doing it.
Yeah,
I just wonder if that. Yeah, I just wonder if it's going to be publicized.
yeah,
They've
yeah.
been living separate. You can tell.
I feel like she secured two more seasons with the watching her on sobriety and then a possible separation from Ray, I think.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that to me, that was to have that conversation. Did they have that conversation while she was in jail or after? Either way, it was like, wow.
Yeah, the fact that he's like, and I'll be okay letting him go. And Andy said, well, how did you react to that? And she said, I haven't reacted yet. I'm
Yeah.
working.
Yeah. And I was like, does that mean she's working on her to be able to deal with it? But also, that means to me, Ray's been thinking about y'all
Yeah.
not being together.
I feel like she means I'm working like I'm literally working. Like she went to BravoCon.
Oh, yeah.
Remember she's been doing filming and stuff. We
Right.
also don't know what's going on with Ladam.
Right.
I think it's interesting that a man that you've been married to for forever talks about letting you go and you go, I haven't reacted. I've been working.
Right. It's like,
Oh, you've reacted. You just don't want us to know.
yeah, yeah. And maybe you're in agreements with him, but you had to put up this. What would she call her marriage? My marriage is an institution. She was
It's
so
an
much behind
institution.
the
Yeah.
institution of it all. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's probably, right now gonna do what she needs to do to keep up the institution.
Yeah. Until it no longer.
So she can't no
Yeah.
longer keep up with the institution.
Wow.
Yeah.
Karen, we're wishing you health, wealth, happiness, and
And
everything you
all of
do.
that.
All
All
of
the
that.
things.
And this is a reunion I'm actually looking forward to.
Me too. Especially when Wendy and Karen have their
Yes. And we see tears from Wendy for real. I
ooh,
was like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
wow. I'm going to need full context before I go in because I feel like Wendy hasn't been talking about the case. So maybe it was edited away when Karen says respectfully,
Yeah.
shut
Oh,
the F up. So I'm
yeah.
like,
Unless Karen is talking about BravoCon when Wendy said, well, everything is alleged right now.
oh, okay. So because
That's the
other than
only, I
that,
feel like,
yeah,
public statement she's made.
because she hasn't talked about anything. So I'm like,
Mm-mm.
what is
I
going
don't,
on?
yeah,
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Karen looked good too. So
real good. Her outfit was one of my favorites.
yes, yeah, and the
Yeah,
hair, everything. She just looks
everything.
so good.
Yeah.
Moving on over. Let's go down south for a quick minute. I don't want to hold you. Married to Medicine. What
Yes.
did you think of the most recent episode?
Oh, child. Well, let me tell you this. Married to Medicine is so out of all the Bravo franchises, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is my favorite show out of the Housewife franchise, right?
You're watching it this season?
Yes, I am. Yes,
Okay,
I
so maybe
am.
you'll have to come back and talk about it because I
Oh,
told
I'm
the
gonna.
people, my subscribers watching, I said I'll be doing it and y'all don't even be watching the reviews.
Yeah, I just don't review it because I genuinely love the show and I want to sit and enjoy.
Okay, fair.
But outside of the Housewife franchise, Married to Medicine is my favorite show because it's just so real. The latest episode, I just want to be like, Heavenly, cut it out.
Thank girl. This little
Cut
and
it the F out.
I just, she, I didn't put my arm around you, and I'm going through things too.
I do think Heavenly is good for TV because she's good for TV. But I will say this, may a friendship like Heavenly never find me.
Ever, to me, I know that Simone screams, hollers,
Oh,
all
yeah.
of that. However, when it came to that altercation at Angel's event, Simone was confronted by Quad about saying that about the VIN number because Heavenly told her. I do believe, now Heavenly said it was set on camera a while back, and I guess they just never showed it. But then if you knew that, I mean, I don't know. I guess her argument was when she said it, like, I think she said it on Carlos King's podcast. I saw a clip or something. But basically, then was your argument that the only reason I told Quad is because it's said on camera, but you saw that it never came out? And I feel like Quad said it jokingly. I mean, Simone may have said it jokingly. I don't know. Maybe she will look up the VIN number. Who knows? But I feel like Quad confronts Simone. They get into it. You know that means that Heavenly told her. Heavenly then comes over to take a picture. I like how Simone was like, and I'm not getting ready to be fake.
Yeah,
And
I'm not
then
gonna be fake
Heavenly,
with
you
you.
bring up her marriage. That
Yeah.
came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like if I'm talking to you as a friend about my marriage
Yeah.
and you in front of everybody, we're not even talking about our men. But because Heavenly knows that that's where I'm going to get you
Yes.
and goes for the jugular.
Yeah.
So when I say man friendship, like having them from me, like I can't trust you with nothing. I
Yeah.
can't be vulnerable with you. I can't trust you with nothing. I'm upset with you, and I say, okay, don't. And then you bring up my marriage.
That's it. And it's like, even if I talk to you about it on camera, it wasn't for you to use against me, to throw in my face.
Exactly, because I'm being vulnerable with you. But if I talk about your son, then I'm wrong. A
Exactly.
grown son, then I'm wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It, I just,
Yeah, that
that
was not right.
to me, and then for her to not call Contessa, but for Quad to call her and she come, it was so infuriating to me to watch
That was
Heavenly.
intentional.
Very intentional. And it was
Yes.
infuriating to me to watch Heavenly say, she told me, get your effing hands off me. Girl, I don't
Yeah.
think Simone was aggressive in that moment. She said,
Yeah, she's
don't put your hands
upset.
on me. Yeah.
Yeah, get your hands off me. Yeah, don't, because the men were there, right? Yeah, the men were
Yeah.
there. So don't say what you said about my marriage and then come and try to hee. Let's take a picture. No, I don't want to take a picture with you.
Like I
No.
just and even because I can't remember, did she say that before or after? Because even still, it don't matter. The fact is, I was just confronted by somebody because of something you told them that I said.
Yeah. So I'm
And then
not
now
dealing
you
with
want to
you. Yeah,
come,
I'm not dealing with you.
nah,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you want to
yeah.
throw out my
And then
marriage.
she said it about the
Yeah.
marriage. Yeah,
Like that's where you go to.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
so, when I tell
yeah.
you,
She
and
will dish it, but she can't take
she
it.
can't take it. And I may be in the minority here. Last season, when I started watching again, I didn't care for Dr. Mimi and I don't care for her now. There's just,
Why? Tell me. I like Dr. Mimi.
I don't, first of all, it irritated me when she told Brandy who to align herself with. I said, "Oh, so that let me know that you're in an alliance. We see
Yeah, yeah,
who
yeah,
you're
yeah,
in
yeah.
alliance with." And
Yeah.
then last night, there were points when I didn't agree with Toya, and I was like, "Toya, even though that's my girl, shut up. This is not the time."
Yeah.
But I also feel like Mimi like you have an issue with Toya, so you use
She
little
does.
subliminal. How many drinks is that, Toya? I'm
Yeah,
counting her
she
drinks.
does.
I'm this.
She
I'm that.
does.
Girl, your friend Heavenly.
Yeah.
Your friend, like it when she It annoyed me. It did annoy me when Heavenly was supposed to have her, when they all had to gather around her at the pool. And
Mm-hmm.
she
Mm-hmm.
made a slick comment to Simone about being unhinged, and Simone laughed and picked up her phone.
Mm-hmm.
I saw why Toya turned it around to herself
Mm-hmm.
because you brought me into it when you were trying to explain why you were mad at Simone. But
Yeah.
I wished we could have got through that. And then Toya said, now I need to address you
Yes,
about
I do
something.
agree. They should have given Heavenly a chance to kind of say what she got to say. I like Mimi because I like the storyline with her husband and the special needs.
Me too. I
So I
like that
like
part.
that storyline with
Me
Mimi.
too.
I do feel like sometimes Mimi does treat the girls like they're her patients, and she needs to remember you're not in the office. You're with your girlfriends. So that is the part I'm like, okay, Mimi, you're doing too much. I don't think that, yeah, Mimi like Toya, but I think Mimi's issue with Toya is from the other episode where Toya cussed them all out.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, but even in the beginning of the season, it seemed like when they were at her and Steve's polo party or whatever,
Yeah.
Mimi was saying little things to her, and I
Yeah.
firmly feel like because I liked when Dr. Simone said to her. At Angel's event, why are you over here? Why are you over with this clique? Because you had just
Yeah.
said something to Brandy about aligning herself with. Why are you over?
Yeah. Yeah. And that, Mimi, who are you? Who are you to tell another grown woman what,
Yeah, it's like if
be careful associating with Toya? Like,
and if you don't like her, just don't like her and have that
then,
energy for her.
right. You stay over there and let Toya. I like Toya. Stay over there and let Toya stay over there. But
Yeah.
to go to Brandy and say, like, be careful who you're aligning yourself with, like, what?
I love when Brandy said, "Don't diagnose me. I don't need you to."
Right.
So,
Right.
as a therapist, is that something that you had to? Did you have to work not to do that, or are you able to
No, because they
automatically just
train you
separate?
in school. That is
Oh,
like,
they train you in school. Okay.
yes, that is like, a lot of times my friends will be like, can you talk to me as a therapist? No, girl, I am your friend. I can't tell you
Oh,
how many times I tell my friends all the time. When I'm done with work, I am done with work. Now,
okay.
occasionally I bring the clinician hat on or whatever,
Okay.
but it is, first of all, it's not even ethical to
Yeah.
always be looking at your friends and, oh, I think they got this, or I think they got, no. A therapist is what I do. It's not who I am. Now,
Mm,
I got into this field for a reason, but like I would not have no friends if I spend my time trying to diagnose you. I think you got this. No. They
right.
teach you
Okay.
that is psychology 101. Like you
Wow.
separate business from personal. So this
Okay.
whole, and again, I don't know if she's doing this because like she's on the show.
Oh,
This
okay.
whole like, oh, I think everybody got
Okay.
whatever, like her always just no. Oh, and Toya, how many drinks is that? Like, why are you policing? Does Toya have an alcohol problem? No. So why
Right.
are you policing her alcohol consumption? We are on a girls' trip. We are on vacation. You know.
And then if Toya turns it up and brings you energy, then give it back to her. Then okay. But
Yes.
like to do all
Yes.
that, and I just find it ironic when people police or people have such an issue with Toya, but not Heavenly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
as painful as to admit this. Well, I'll say this. I was going to say sometimes they can be the same, but the content is different. Heavenly
Yeah.
loves saying her marriage is perfect. She'll talk about your marriage. She'll talk about your finances.
Hmm.
I've listened. I used to listen to. Well, I listened in the past to a couple of her YouTube episodes with Carlos,
Yeah. Same.
and I'm listening to her call Toya. She's stupid. She's not good with her
Yes.
money. She's this, and it's like, girl, you can't possibly think
Yeah.
that I'm
Yeah.
not going to drag you this
Yeah.
season. And the like, I heard her and to me, I was like, well, how do you know? You don't know what she has going on. So because she's not doing it like you're doing it, she's
Yeah.
stupid. She's dumb. Like she
Yeah.
says these things, and it's like. But Toya, to me, Toya is also time enough for her. Toya is not going to back down from her. I've
Right.
never
At
been a
all.
fan of Dr. Jackie, and I feel like Dr. Jackie is really getting on my nerves. Did you see
Dr.
what?
Jackie is only there to solidify the medical aspect of the show. Like, where's Curtis? Have we seen him?
Child,
What
I
was what
we seen him a little bit more this season than last season
a
because he was in the
glimpse?
DR glimpse. Yeah. Did you
Yeah,
see what
it's
Dr.
like
Simone tweeted or said about Dr. Jackie last night of her being on Watch
no.
What Happens? Like basically, oh, I wish it was basically The word lost me. What is it called when you're, starts with a P, when you're, I'm getting ready to tell you something, but it's not verbatim, but child words then left. Okay. I'm going to tell you roundabout what she said, but basically it was like, I see you're still supporting
Mm-hmm.
Heavenly, but it was very, oh my gosh, where is it? Dr. Simone says Jackie is still, look, live on the show. Oh man, let me see. I
And she
know,
tweeted this last night.
yeah, and I know it was on one of the Bravo, it was on one of the, I know where to go. I know where to go to see it. I know where to go to see it. Hold on. I think. Please,
Mm-hmm.
please, 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 please. Hold on.
Mm.
Oh, no, it's not here. Well, oh, here it is. She says, oh, she was in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
At the real Dr. Jackie, I see you're still defending a devil.
Oh,
Child, I said, oh. And then,
see. Mm.
oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was in comments.
Yeah, Simone and Jackie about to have another falling out. They're about to have another falling out, and then Heavenly, as usual, is always in the middle of it.
Yeah. And I feel like Heavenly, Dr. Jackie loves Heavenly because she's her mouthpiece and her guard dog.
Hmm. Well, we're gonna see. I mean, we're gonna see in the next episode that Jackie's about to have her turn with Dr. Heavenly opening her mouth too.
Yes, and she said I did not say. Yeah,
Hmm.
see, and
Yeah,
that's what I mean about Heavenly. It's like Mimi, you ain't got nothing to say about her,
yeah,
like any of that.
yeah.
I really enjoyed that pop the balloon game. I said,
That was
Contessa,
cute.
everybody just came to a peace, and now you messing it up. But they actually,
Yeah, that was cute.
it
That
was
was real
cute,
cute.
and I
Yeah,
think,
Contessa's a good host.
yes,
She's a
she
good
is.
host. Yeah.
That game epitomizes to me why I like Married to Medicine because they are able to move on a lot of the times.
Yeah.
I said they're
Yeah.
all right, they're all wrong, they all piss me off, and they all make me
Hmm.
laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. When Heavenly got up and popped Simone's balloon, I was like,
me,
"Ooh, if I
me.
could," but she started
He
laughing.
started laughing,
So I
and
was like, "Oh, okay." Even Toya was like, "Well, too soon," but
they laughed.
she started laughing. I wish when they were talking to Heavenly, the Heavenly would have just said, "You know what? I do owe her an apology. Let me just humiliate. Let me go apologize to her because I
Yeah.
was wrong." It's like it took Dr. Jackie to know, because I know you're better than
Well,
that. I'm like, girl, hold on. What
if
is this?
I tweeted like Reverend Jackie and the ushers, it was like a what is it called? It was like a healing, a deliverance service. Like, I mean,
Like,
come
okay, Jackie, if
on.
you don't cut it out. I
Right. And then they run in like, give me a break.
was
And
like,
I think
okay.
what irritates me too is you know how sometimes your friends can kind of say, come on, look at it this way. But there are
Hmm.
times when you're calm and you're like, what I'm telling you is
Hmm.
that's over. I can be around them. I could be at peace.
Hmm.
Don't keep then trying to bring them up to me. If I'm telling you,
Yes.
and I feel like Jackie is I feel like I can feel like how Dr. Simone is like, Jackie, you know the things I'm saying are true.
Yeah.
Stop trying to get me to, clearly me and Heavenly keep having a disconnect. Keep having a
Yeah.
disconnect. Stop
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And
It's
it's like it feels very frustrating where it's like this person keeps burning me over and over and over again, but yet you want me to be friends with this person? No.
it's so crazy. It's so
No.
crazy. That's why I don't care about the energy in a way that Toya gives Heavenly. Sometimes it's like somebody need to
Mhm.
give it to her, or Simone.
Yeah.
Simone just be hollering. It was funny
Yeah.
when Toya popped all of Jackie's balloons, and when they popped Toya's balloon, like when they all went over there and popped Toya's balloon.
Yes. Yeah. Toya does not back down from Heavily, and I like it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? She does not back down from her. Honestly, I feel like they've gone a little bit too easy on Heavenly this season. I don't know if because she's a friend of the show or because had the roles had been
come
reversed
on, come
and it
on.
was somebody's grown son, because your marriage is so perfect, right?
Yes.
But your husband did not tell you that your child was arrested. But your marriage is so perfect. Had it been somebody else, Heavenly would have been dragging them from here to there.
And she would have used their marriage to get to them. She would have
What?
said,
She would have
what is
been
the
like, what
husband
kind of
doing?
marriage do you got where your husband don't tell you anything? Daddy tells me everything. I know daddy's coming and goings.
Yeah, she would have.
Why didn't
Yep.
daddy tell you that your son was arrested by the police?
And then he says, I did tell you. You did. So then it's like,
Oh no, you will remember that.
yeah. And then I feel like she would say that or say, what kind of man of the house can't control his son? She would, even though he's grown, she would use that in a way.
Oh yeah.
While I
Yeah. I think
feel,
they have gone too easy on Heavenly this season.
yeah, because there's no way.
Because he's not a child, he's a grown son.
And to me, if you came for me and my family, I would say, I'm going to need you to concern yourself with your,
Yes.
I'm not going to, indirectly bring it in and you're going to know what I'm talking about. So I need you
Yes.
to ease up, like back up.
Yes.
Back
You
up
call
off
my
me.
husband all kinds of names. You keep talking about his private parts. You keep saying he's not a man, all this I mean,
And just
and I'm
like,
not supposed to say nothing to you?
and let's be clear, Cecil and Simone, the way Simone says about Cecil, if my friend is telling me that, I'm then not going to turn around and use that when I get mad at her and say, that's why your
Yes.
husband such and such. It's like, come on. I know they put it out there, but, and while I do, as a mom, I feel Heavenly's pain of not knowing where her son is. I also can you imagine the way she cusses them ladies out? Can you I wonder like what it was that she said to him to make him, unless he's a hothead. I mean, clearly he
No, but you know
allegedly
Heavenly
tried to
got a
hit him.
mouth
No.
on her.
Yeah, yeah.
So you
So
know she just tore him with her mouth.
yeah.
And so
Like
he said, that's it, I'm done.
and
I'm not
just
dealing with you.
yeah.
Mhm.
I prefer Heavenly in the role as friend if she's
You
gonna be
do?
on the show. If she's gonna be on the show. Like
Yeah.
it wouldn't upset me if she wasn't there, but she can be funny and be good TV as well. So I like
I
the
think she's
role
good
of
TV.
friend. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that for her. I do wonder though, if she wins, will she then have to step back from the show?
I mean, she's gonna have to.
Yeah, like because there's no, yeah, she wouldn't even have
Yeah, she's
time, I
gonna
would
have
think,
to.
right?
Yeah. I think again, have Heavenly irks my soul. But I do think she is good for TV. Her mouth is reckless. See, I always see all sides. It's not like I'm not
Yes.
like biased, like, oh, I love this person. I love Toya, but Toya got her ways too. You know?
I was like, come on, girl.
Yeah, she got her ways too. But I feel like with Heavenly, like, because can you imagine? Because Jackie is just there.
Yeah. Like that plant behind you. It's beautiful.
Yeah, just there. Just
She's decor.
decor. Yeah. I would be okay with Jackie not coming back next season, but I think
Yeah.
she's gonna come back because she's considered the face and the staple,
And they love her.
and they love her. Yeah. But yeah, but oh and I like, so I'm okay with Heavenly being a friend of the show. I wouldn't be surprised if she wins. I don't think she's going to come back, but I think they've got enough girls, like interesting
Yeah.
girls to carry the show. I like Angel. She's beautiful, body
Yeah.
snatched. I don't like what Toya did to Angel.
I don't either. I said there was a way for her to say, because realistically, if you ask me to hook you up with one of Corey's friends, I know you're still going to be dating other people. But
Yes.
but if I found out that you had a man that you've been dealing off and on with for 10 years, I would say, well, are you really serious about dating or is it
Right.
just to make him jealous? Because I don't want to introduce him into that mix. But to
Yeah.
say that in front of him and do all that, it was like,
That was not cool.
Toya, I said, she's an Aries intrusive thought. Toya is an actual intrusive thought walking.
Literally, yeah, that was not cool. That was not cool.
No.
Very cool. But I think if Heavenly does not come back, I think they got enough girls to, I think there is, somebody was saying there's some kind of rule, like if you're a political figure, like you can't really be on the show
Oh, wow.
like that. So,
Can you
but
imagine?
that's gonna keep her really busy.
Yeah, that's what I
But
would
she
think
gets,
too.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm agreeing with you. Like, go
Yeah,
ahead.
but she gets paid very well for the show. So, you know, we'll see if she's ready to
Yes.
give up that check.
Right. Like
But I need Jackie to go.
it's time.
Yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
not. She's not bringing anything to the show. Like we don't know we don't know what's going on with Curtis. Curtis popped in, popped out. I don't.
And if you
I'm
don't
bored
want
with
to
her.
show us that, give your real opinions about what's going on in these groups. Don't have an
Yes.
alliance to
Yeah.
anyone. You be
Yeah.
the voice of wisdom for all of them, not just for
Yes.
those that you like.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think this is the most Dr. Jackie and Toya have talked in years. This season,
Yeah. Because honestly, you could tell Jackie don't fool with Toya.
she don't at all.
Jackie don't
It's
fool with Toya, and Toya just let Jackie be.
yeah, and it's kind of funny almost. It's like they really just know. And I think Toya sometimes will poke, a little bit or whatever. But,
Yeah.
and even after all that was said and done with Heavenly and Toya and Simone, when Toya saw Heavenly was crying, she was like, real tears and like, like went over there or
Yeah.
whatever. So it was like,
Yeah.
again, these ladies, to me, they're able to do their same formula, rinse and repeat, but it works
Hmm.
for them a
Hmm.
little bit. And I think maybe it is because even if they all don't together, there's pockets of them that have real connections outside the show.
Yeah, because they all because Dr. Simone, Cecil, Eugene, and
Toya.
Toya, they hang out.
Yeah.
Like they hang out. They are real friends.
Did
So I
you
think
see?
that's why the show works. Like they are
Yes.
raw, they're real, but somehow like they're able to get it back together. Like remember when going back to Potomac real quick. Remember when it was like a divide where Giselle wanted
Yes.
nothing to do with Wendy? It made the show insufferable to watch.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, it's just like, oh Lord, like this is just terrible. But for some reason that's why that show is so successful. They're able to like Simone will scream her head off, but at the end of the day, Heavenly can get up and go pop her balloon and she'll laugh.
Yes, yes. And that same scream laugh. Yep, she'll scream laugh. Yes, you're
Hmm.
absolutely right. I
Hmm.
just think it's even Quad and Toya. Toya had Eugene a little get together at her house for his birthday. They were all sitting out, I think it was in November. They were all sitting outside
Hmm.
in her pool area. She had a little cupcake for him, and Quad and King were there with
Oh
Simone.
wow.
Yeah. So it was like, speaking of, did you see that King confirmed they broke
I
up?
was I was just about to ask you. Ooh, that's kind of petty the way he did it though.
Girl, the way he said situation, I was like, did you?
Situation. I can confirm I left that situation. Situation. You can't even say her name.
I said, you know
I
what that
said,
means?
ooh, that king got a little feistiness in him.
It confirms to me. This is what I originally thought last year, but because
Yeah.
I wasn't necessarily the biggest Quad fan, I was like, I don't want to just think that because of that. But I
Mhm.
initially thought she brought that man on for it was a contract, and she brought it on.
Ooh.
She brought him on to have a story, and her ex
Mhm.
husband's going. Not that she was trying to prove anything to Greg, but he's
Mhm.
going to be on the show with his woman. I'm gonna be on the
Yeah.
show and have a story as well.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I can confirm I left that situation. I was like, so my 2 year contract is up. That's what I thought because
Yeah, because
situation.
when he said situation, I said, "Oh wow, not relationship,
Yes,
her situation."
I kept
Wow.
hearing Usher situation. I don't know why.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, I do feel like King was brought on because if you're gonna bring your new wife on the show, I'm gonna one up you and tell you that we're having sex 15 times a day.
Child, I
You know what
said,
I mean?
God
And
bless him.
and and King is fine. But some of I remember I was watching one episode and it just seems so like staged. Where
Yes.
like, oh, you just came out with a Rolls Royce and well, I was just like, this just seems so fake.
Yeah. And I just want Quad to love somebody who loves her in a way that she should be, supposed to be loved. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like be in a
Hmm.
relationship, a
Yeah.
loving
Yeah.
relate, like all of that. Like that's what I wish for any woman. If that's what they want. Let's be
Hmm.
clear, because everybody's not looking for that. But if that's what she wants, I mean, she wants children. there was a part of me that was like, I don't believe that. I believe that has to be real, right? Because to put your body through that for a story, like I believe she maybe really does want children. I don't know. What do you think?
That better be real. I do think it's real because when she was with G, she didn't want kids, she didn't want kids, she didn't want kids. But I don't think she wanted kids with G.
Yes, like Khloe
Mhm.
Kardashian and Lamar Odom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because as soon as Chloe left Lamar, look what
Yeah.
happened, you know?
Yeah.
And I believe like sometimes your body just responds differently to,
Who
you
and knows
know.
and protects you too. I feel like no ma'am.
Hmm. Yeah. So I think like maybe Quad definitely wants a child, and listen, King is fine. So I'm sure she's like, listen, if I'm gonna, if, even if this isn't real, if I'm gonna bring you on, listen, you got good genes. I don't know what King's daughter looked like, but hey, why not? Either
Yeah.
way. But I mean, we can prove that she did go to Ghana several
Yeah.
times for the egg retrieval, things like
Yeah.
that. I think those moments were real, like calling and saying, like
Oh,
we didn't retrieve the eggs because the IVF process is a very intense process.
yeah.
So I mean, I do think it was real because I don't think that she would put your body through that. The
Yeah.
finances of going back and forth and having Dr. Jackie help you and the
Yeah.
lab work. I do
Yeah.
think she does want a child. Now, King, we know, just wanted it because she wanted it. Do you see
Yes.
the difference between Quad and King and Bose and Keely?
Yes. Yeah. 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 There is a
Because Keela
difference.
is there, he's supportive, he's asking questions, like he wants this.
Yes.
Like there's a clear contrast
Difference.
between the
Yeah.
two.
Yeah. That's true. There's a
But
difference.
Quad and King, Quad really wants it more than King
King.
does. He's
Yeah.
like, hey, all right. King thought we were going to do it one time and that's it. He
And
didn't
that,
think we were going to be going back and forth, spending all this money.
yeah.
He didn't think that we're going to go through all this emotional labor of it all
You
and
know
the
what?
finances of it all. And I was looking at Quad like, Quad, now you are way too good to be now begging this man and to say, oh well, you don't have to pay a dime. Do you hear what the man is saying to you?
Yes. Like you'd be better off going to a sperm bank and if you're going
Oh,
to
I
pay for
just
it and
felt
do it
like
on
that
your
was
own.
so like unbecoming of Quad. Like, I know you want a baby, but like, girl, you're embarrassing yourself in public. Like, oh,
And for him to say, just like, and she's like, please don't do this to me. I'm like, oh my gosh.
yeah. And they never continued that scene.
No, they did it. They just cut it off. And then I noticed that too. It was just like cut off and the episode was over.
Yeah, like, and then the next day she's like, "Well, I don't want to talk about it with the girls. I want to wait because
Yeah.
I want to say it one time." No, they really should have. I wanted to hear King's response to that emotional, like,
Yeah.
"Don't do this,"
Me
Quite
too.
very dramatic.
Yes.
Don't do this to me,
I wanted to see
The
it too.
editors did a poor job. They should have the next episode should have started with Quad and King.
Yes. And yeah, because just to end it, it was like they just cut it and almost like cutting the middle of a monologue in a way.
Yeah,
Like, and next week we see that she's telling the girls, I'm like, oh, am I going to be crying? Lord
that's
Jesus.
gonna be tough.
It's going to be tough, especially when you have to hear that news. It's like, oh,
Yeah, I do like how the girls have been supporting her.
that's what I was going to say. And that's when I will say, when it comes to one of them going through, they
Mhm.
will come
They
together.
support each other. Like
Yeah.
nobody's like, oh, you with that man trying to have a baby with that man. Like nobody, they're all supporting her, because it definitely it's a tough process. But coming back to this episode, I will say, I feel as though Brandy is growing on me. Brandy is growing on
Oh,
me.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, Brandy is growing on me. But I really like Angel so far.
And see, that's going to be okay. That's our difference. I like Brandy. Angel has to grow on me.
Angel has to grow
I
on
like
you.
looking at
Yeah.
Angel. Gorgeous, gorgeous
Yeah, she's
gowns.
very
But
gorgeous. Maybe
I
that's what's making me biased. She's gorgeous. Her body's snatched. She's a businesswoman.
listen, that's
I
okay.
want to see more from her though.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I do. I do too. Do you think she's a good fit with the girls?
Angel?
Hmm.
That's yet to be determined.
Yeah, because it's still kind of early. That's true. Even with
Yeah,
Brandy, it's
that's
still
yet
kind
to
of
still.
early.
I think Brandy is a better fit.
Oh, okay. Now,
Brandy is growing on me, but I think Brandy is a better fit.
do you think it's because Brandy has had more verbal, like interaction, like
Yes.
her and Mimi, and then her
Yeah.
and Angel, and she's kind of just like
Yeah.
in there.
I'm seeing how she's gelling with the group. I need to see that more with Angel.
And yeah, because Brandy will get in there if it's addressed to her. She go, "What's up?"
Yes. Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I do. When Angel was like, "Is your energy good?" I was like, "Girl, you know you could have said that a whole different way."
Yeah. I was like, wait, what? Like, how are you approaching someone with crazy energy, asking
Yeah,
if their energy is good? You asking me if my energy good is good. That could even be coming at like you coming at me. Like, why are you asking
right.
me? Like, I'm just checking your energy. I'm just checking your temperature. Like, what?
Like,
What?
girl, well, I've
That's
been
gonna
turned.
automatically put me on the defense. Why are you coming at me like that?
My thermostat then went up now because what? Like, who are you talking
Yeah.
to?
I
Yeah,
mean,
that
there's a
was.
better way you could approach it. So how you feeling,
Yeah,
girl? You
we got
feeling
to
good? How
share.
you
Yeah,
feeling about this trip? But like, I'm just checking your energy because if
right.
it, yeah, I didn't like that.
Like, girl, and then to try to phrase it like she said, I could just go with Quad, and she said that was after you said what you said. And I love when she apologized. Brandy was just eating, looking at her eating.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, okay. I feel like we're seeing Brandy for real. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
we're getting Brandy's personality."
That's what I said. I want Brandy is growing on me because I and maybe we'll see this in later episode. She's got a side to her.
Yeah, she does. She
She's
does.
got a
Yeah,
side to her. And I saw that with her and Dr. Mimi.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I want to see more
He
of
said, "Why?
her.
Why are you still standing here?" Then I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this
I
is
think
gonna be."
Jackie needs to go. I think Heavenly could go. If Heavenly comes back, I'm not mad at it. But I
Yeah,
think those two can go because now we got fresh blood. Like,
yeah. I would
but
like to
people
see.
love Dr. Jackie though.
Yeah, don't they? And I'm like, oh wow. I guess I just always felt like for you to the way she would talk about their bodies because they didn't look like hers, the way it just would turn me off. I would be like, You're a female doctor." And
Yeah.
because what if somebody talked about you, like your body, and saying you look
Yeah.
healthy? You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
like for you to come at people, and now she had patients that love her, she has patients that don't, and that's with any doctor. No doctor is perfect, but this one lady did come on TikTok and say she would get nervous before every appointment because she knew Dr. Jackie was going to zone in on her weight. No matter what she said to her, "Oh, I'm
Mm.
feeling this, I'm feeling it," it always led back to her weight.
Oh, and so you don't want to be going to a doctor where you feel nervous or you feel like the doctor's going to be, yes, it's their job to treat you, but
Yeah,
I don't want to go to a doctor where I feel like my doctor's going to judge me. Like I want my doctor to be like hand holding and supportive. There is
yeah,
some people that don't mind that, girl, you need to lose weight like that, but I don't want that come from my doctor. There's a different way that you could like handle it.
yeah.
I heard somebody say like they were seeing Dr. Jackie, but they stopped because they wouldn't want a doctor like Dr. Jackie because she's so busy.
Oh, so it's just
Like
kind of
she's
like a
yeah, like she's never
okay.
accessible. She's not really like as available because everybody goes to Dr. Jackie. The celebrities go to Dr. Jackie. The regular people go to Dr. Jackie.
Yeah,
So it's like if I call you in February for an appointment, they may say, "Oh, her next availability is not until end of March."
right. And it's
So
like
she's
that.
like
Yeah,
so booked up. So I heard somebody say that. Yeah.
I feel like doctors, the yelling and screaming we get is not with her patients. I listened to her on a podcast, and the way she talked about her job and
Mm,
how she loves her patients and their families. She wants to
mm,
know them all. It made me, I like seeing her with her patients. Dr. Simone,
yeah.
I bet you Dr. Simone has a really good bedside manner. Again, there may
Oh
be some people
yeah.
that experience differently, but the way she was talking on this podcast, it was like, I don't just love my job, I love the patients that come with it and their
Yeah,
families.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
to
you could tell
me,
Dr.
you see that.
Simone will have a kiki with her patients.
Yes.
She might, Dr. Simone might be running late to see you, but that's because she spends time with the patient
Yes.
and she gonna go over her time with you. But see, I like
Yes.
Dr. like that.
To make sure they answer every question, every concern,
Yes.
I can see
Yes.
that
She's
too.
gonna spend time with you.
Yeah.
She knows your children. She knows that she knows everything. She's a
Yes.
good time and she's gonna make sure that you're good. Like I could tell, yeah, her bedside manner is gonna be it's really good.
Well, shout out to Black doctors, Black women doctors. Happy Black History Month Day
Come
too.
on.
Happy
Come
Black History
on.
Month to everybody except Nicki Minaj, and to Mike Tyson, and also excluding Mike Tyson, Tristan Thompson,
Come on.
and a couple others that went to Trump's advisor's wedding. We don't want
Listen.
you.
Yeah. Name them like
Name
something.
look,
Name them.
Mike, don't come over here in my comments. I was trying to pull up the thing. Oh, wait a minute. Quad responded to the breakup.
What is
Kirk,
ooh
okay,
live? Come on, what she said?
Kirk, because that's his real name. Kirk and I mutually decided to bring our relationship to a close in 2025. While our time together encompassed many meaningful moments, that chapter of my life has now concluded. I wish him well. In 2026, I am focused on moving forward with clarity and purpose. Thank you for your support.
Very classy.
That's very classy. Very
Very
classy
classy.
based.
Considering how King responded.
Right. Like how he, hold on, I was trying to see if I could find the one that was about the Trump's wedding. I think, did Nicki Minaj perform? I might have that all wrong. Hold on. Russell Wilson speaks out after his name appears in Epstein files. Never talked or met the man. We'll have to get into that later. But I was trying to see. But anyway, y'all know what I'm
Not
saying.
Russell.
Happy Black History Month to the 92% of Black women
Come on.
and to the percentage of Black men that voted for
Come
Kamala.
on. Happy Black History Month.
Dr.
Love it.
Pam, please, first of all,
Girl.
thank you for coming. This will not be your last time,
Absolutely.
obviously.
Yes, I need to come back so we can talk about Beverly Hills because those are
Yes,
my girls.
you and I just had on Chris, C. Diggy One last week. Beverly Hills is his favorite, also, hands
Yes.
down his favorite. So I'm going to have
Yes.
both of y'all back on to talk about, y'all better watch them recaps too. I'm looking right into the camera, y'all. Listen, take one for the team and watch those recaps. But Dr. Pam, thank
Reviewed
you
it. So
so much.
now I'm about to watch it because I
And
didn't review it. So
I have to I've missed the last two, but I'm gonna go back and catch up on those. So
yeah.
I saw Chris say I'm with Dorit, and I was like, oh, okay, I gotta go see what happened then. Is that how you feel too? Okay, then I'm gonna go watch and let y'all know.
I'm with Dorit as well.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna be with her too then. Okay, because I was with her with the whole Kyle and stuff thing before, so
Yes.
I
Girl
guess we shall.
code,
Yeah,
Kyle.
girl code. Dr. Pam, thank you
girl.
again. Can you let
Absolutely.
everybody know where they can find you, where they can follow you, all the things?
It's Paging Dr. Pam, IG, YouTube, TikTok, all the things. Follow me, follow me.
Yes, I follow you on TikTok. I follow you everywhere, I think. But I see when your TikToks come up, I'm like, yep, like, comment, yep, yep,
You know,
yep.
trying to do the things, trying to be like you.
Li- Listen, we are
Because you are
Black
doing the
women.
thing.
I'm trying to do. I'm trying, and I'm trying to stay true and maintain what I've wanted to do. You know, not
Absolutely.
try to do what anybody else is. I mean, even though we're all doing the same thing, but trying to make sure I keep my own spin on things and perspectives and things. So
Absolutely. And
I
I would
appreciate
say,
you.
I appreciate you. And I would say, you know, when we met at the Wendy and stuff, okay, no, first of all, you're stuck with me forever now.
Same.
But it's like, I feel energy. I'm a Libra, right? So I feel energy. So it's just like, it's something about your energy that just made me gravitate towards you. And I really appreciate you having me on because you don't have to, you choose to. So I really appreciate you. You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. Like, just keep going. Tune out the noise. Like, you got this. You, sis, you are doing it. So tune out all the extra stuff that doesn't matter. I appreciate you so much.
Oh my gosh, you have made my day. Look, I'm smiling. I'm like, you can see all, I was going to say
I mean every
32.
word.
Look, you can see all 32, but I'm missing a couple. So maybe not 32, maybe like 34.
I mean every word.
Thank you. Thank you. So the
You're
only
welcome.
The only thing is, now that we're friends, I can't say, what do you think about, look, earlier in the episode when you said, when your friends be like, can I talk to you? You're like, nope, I'm your friend, not your therapist.
Yep. Nope.
But that's okay. At least I'll find comfort in knowing that I'm not being diagnosed.
Absolutely not.
So I appreciate
Never from
that.
me.
Listen, y'all make sure y'all follow Paging Dr. Pam. I said she's funny, she's smart, she's engaging. I love how you can look at things. You look at things from all angles. I know, we all, well, even the people that you don't necessarily care for or whatever, we try to look at all angles, but you look at them from a Black woman's angle, a woman's angle, a therapist angle, and then a cultural angle. And that is very much appreciated for me in this space. We get all, because all of those angles you may think one way looking at it from this, but one way but another way from this angle, which gives a well-rounded view of what we are looking at. So I appreciate you.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yep. Our next date needs to be at Tally Ho. So
yes,
I'm about that.
Yes, and with Chantel and Andre. I said Michael, isn't it Andreas?
It's Andres, yeah.
I feel like I said Michael.
He's on TikTok too.
I think I follow him.
Yeah.
I think I do. Andreas, I'm sorry. I don't know why I called you Michael earlier. Forgive me, forgive you. Let me give you my breakfast order now. I want it on the menu, the We Go special. No, I'm just kidding. You'll be like, now, girl, I'm going to need you to calm down. But y'all, I'll have all Dr. Pam's info in the description box. If you're listening, it'll be in the description box wherever you find your podcast. If you're watching it on YouTube, it'll be in that description box. I'll make sure I tag her YouTube anyway. Y'all, thank y'all so much for watching. We will talk to y'all later. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hype the video if you have hypes left, and if you wish to, because it is your choice. Love y'all. Talk to y'all later. See ya.